What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Brew Show, where we are drinking brews and talking about it. It is November 20th, 2018, Thanksgiving week here in the U.S. We got I want to say a special guest. I wouldn't really call him that special, though. Joey, you've been on the show before. Welcome back. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Charlie, and I am very special.
You are.
It's been unnecessarily cold lately, but got this Deep Ellum IPA to keep me nice and warm.
I'll warm you up. Very nice, very nice. And actually, JoJo is on location in Pantego. Is that right, JoJo? What are you doing out there?
Yeah, I'm at new Main Brewery out in Pantego, Texas, really close to Arlington. For you guys that don't know where that is, but super cool startup brewery out here. Really awesome things going on. But if you guys can bear with me and mind the music, we've got a local jazz band playing. Something to check out later on for you guys that are listening. But I am keeping it nice and warm with the Wintry Mix by New Main Brewing. So stick it out. I'll tell you guys more about this brewery later on.
Nice. And I'm your host, Charlie. I'm drinking a Harpoon Flannel Friday Hoppy Malty Crisp Ale. Absolutely delicious. But let's go ahead and jump in right to our disclaimer.
The information provided on the show does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. Crypto Brew Show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Hashtag NAFAMU, not a financial advisor. My own opinions. You'll hear that on the show tonight. And of course, hashtag BYOB. For Joe, that might actually stand for Bring Your Own Brewery, because that's what he did tonight. And it sounds awesome out there, JoJo. I am jealous, very jealous.
You should be.
Alrighty, moving over to the state of the market. Oh, yeah. Maybe we should have skip this entire segment here. But global market cap sitting at 142 billion, 24-hour volume at 24 billion, and BTC dominance at 53.42%. And Bitcoin at number one to 43.89, down 30% on the 7-day average. Yeah, we're just gonna moment of silence for Bitcoin. Okay, that's enough. Ripple sitting at number two, XRP down at 42 cents, down 15.64%. Ethereum at number three, $128, down 37%. That's not even the worst in the top five. Number four, Bitcoin Cash sitting at 226, down 56% because of those hash wars. They're happening. If you live under a rock or you're not necessarily in the crypto space, there's some shenanigans going on with Bitcoin Cash. Maybe we'll cover it in a different episode. And number five, Stellar at 19 cents, down 25%. We're just, the boat is rocking, boys. The boat is rocking. But maybe we got some gainers along with the losers here, JoJo. What do we got? Hold on, you muted and unmuted yourself. Oh, there you go.
We've got some pretty interesting things happening, guys. We've got Hat Coin up at the top, up 70.94%. Right below that, we've got Toe Coin up 43.63%. And you know why? Because the market is straight toe up. But other than that, right behind it, we've got Faircoin. The market's fair. It's going to come back. It's going to come back to life. They're up 42.64%. Honorable mentions from the gainers. We've got Fedora Coin, Tippamoo hat stars, and Cashberry Coin. I don't know. This is not Pokemon. We don't need our raspberries. And our losers, dropping it to the bottom, we've got Bit Up Token. Might as well be Bit Down Token. And then right below that, we've got Playcoin and Bitcoin X, all around 40 to 50% losses. And that's kind of what we're seeing, Charlie. Let's see that heat map or not.
Yeah, and actually, real quick, I just want to mention Fedora Coin here. What even cent is that? That's not a unit of denomination in fiat currency. It looks like they tried to do the whole Satoshi 8 decimal places thing. That's not even a thing. But anyway, we'll skip that. And heat map, hush, we're out. yeah, for all you listeners out there, you don't want to see it. It's not looking good. Let's go ahead and head over to the market news headliners. Maybe we can figure out what the hell's going on around here. First headline today from CoinDesk: ICE's Bakkt'd delays Bitcoin futures launch. Jojo, I'm gonna go ahead and pun this over to you. It seems like we are backed up at the moment.
Ice, baby. And that's not because it's cold outside. That's because ICE has backed this shit up. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. My thing when I saw this article and I read it was, I don't know if this was a causation or something that actually led to the effect, right? With this actually happening, we've had Bakkt'd on this conversation, or Bakkt'd conversations on the show for multiple times, and Bakkt'd's really doing some pretty cool things. They're bringing out another futures market, which we all saw what happened with the last futures market. It went really well, really awesome for Bitcoin. The market just rose, made it all the way to 800 billion in the market cap. So they're really holding this one back. And I don't know if that's because the market's just kind of taking a tank right now. Maybe they're pushing it back because they want a little bit of, solid performance out of the market before they start to drive this home and really try to get people to buy into Bitcoin. Because that's what the future market is all about. They're buying a future Bitcoin, and that's how it happens. So we'll see. ICE, hold those things in between your legs. They're called your balls. Let's get this going, all right?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Before we jump over to Joey's thoughts on that, I just want to mention Beer Switch. We're moving over to Harpoon's Oktoberfest. Hello, malty, robust, classic, delicious. Joey, what are your thoughts on Bakkt'd and its, not what is going on? Why is it delayed? Is it because it hasn't been approved? Is it because I don't know. What do you think?
So first off, I definitely want to give a shout out to Joe for his dad jokes on the gainers and losers. I'll drink to that.
Thank you, sir.
And I just all the crypto and market talk as far as like exchanges and ETFs, futures, you see nothing but delays. Never really known what they're for, but kind of hit on that point that you made. It's not even approved yet. Kind of like, what does that mean? Approved by who? Are they going to need to be approved before they do anything? How far away from approval are they? It's kind of a big thing. Also wanted to mention in the article, it talked about working on different products with companies like Microsoft and Starbucks. So it kind of hits on the it's a reputable company, but kind of like, what's holding them back?
Right. And it seems to be maybe the SEC. I mean, I assume they still need to have approval by them. They haven't necessarily come out and said blatantly, hey, we're not approved yet, so we can't go with what we're saying. They made it on the statement as is often true with product launches, there are new processes, risks, and mitigants to test and retest. And in the case of crypto, a new asset class to which these resources are being applied, so it makes sense to adjust our timeline as we work with the industry toward launch. All I hear there is BS. We are not ready. Something's going on in the background. It is what it is. Whether or not the market is, taking a turn for the worse because of that, I mean, who knows? But they are certainly backed up. Anyway, moving on. Oh, Jojo, you guys have to say?
Yeah, so I think the stuff that's in the background is all the politicians and the people at SEC trying to figure out how they can fill their coffers up as much as possible before they actually release this.
Right? Yep, fair enough. Buying that dip. Hashtag NAFMU. Alrighty, moving on to our next article here. We have this one from Medium. Visa and MasterCard's blanket ban on crypto. I feel like we've been here before. A little deja vu. what's going on? Is this why the market's going? Like, what the hell, Joey? Visa, MasterCard. What are your thoughts?
Interesting article, Charlie. It's kind of screams to me like a clash of empires, if you will, right? You have the decentralized with the centralized. Kind of knew it was going to happen, right? When you start trying to require cryptocurrencies and stuff to have KYCs and AML regulations, it's not going to happen long term. So it'll be interesting to kind of see like who gives first. And also to another point, crypto with credit. It's just two things that shouldn't really go together. You shouldn't buy your crypto with credit. Buy it with money you got. Can't afford to lose it because shit is going down.
No, that's for dang sure. I think in the previous episodes we talked about how people were mortgaging their houses when back in January and February to buy crypto, and I mean, God knows they're hurting right now. So yeah, don't again. Hashtag NAFMU. Do your own research, and of course, never invest more than you can lose. Or you can afford to lose. But Jojo, what are your thoughts on the blanket ban, them following Facebook, Google, Twitter, all those that are trying to keep out crypto from the regulated financial system? What are your thoughts, Jojo?
Well, so my thing is it's actually pretty crazy that they haven't done this already. One, because everything decentralized in the crypto space is going to make them go away. But the other thing is, this is Visa and MasterCard. This is not just credit cards. This is that logo. This is that stamp that's on your debit card. Like, you can't use your debit cards for this, guys. And I want you to understand how important and paramount that is. You're going to have to use your banks direct. And Joey can definitely attest to how crappy it is to utilize your bank to wire money to get crypto. Want to tell us a little bit about that, Joey?
The last time I tried to mix those two together, it took 2 months for thousands of dollars. 2 months just without that money. Market was doing anything, everything. It was raising, and I was just losing down on those games. It's not good.
They are certainly making it very difficult for the normal person to get into the cryptocurrency space. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here and whether or not banks follow. I mean, there's always going to be ways to get your hands on crypto, but this certainly deters that from happening. But I don't think it's anything to be 100% afraid of. But I like the last comment in this article. Definitely go check it out. But by its design, crypto is incompatible with the strictly KYC and AML regulated financial system. And I think we could all attest to, well, no shit. That's the point of crypto, to get away from our regulated financial system and to get away from people that control our money. We want to control our own money. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Moving on to the next article. We got, this one comes also from Medium. Blockchain's hype is dying, according to corporate America's S&P 500 earnings calls and citations. Uh-oh. Is blockchain dying, Joe? What's going on?
All right, so I think the major thing that they're missing here is the blockchain hype definitely is not dying. We noticed that when we went to World CryptoCon. So many awesome projects that are really pumping everything that they can into their technology. The thing that may be like hyping out or dwindling down is just those that think they can go into the market and just make instant cash. And that's the hype, right? Now it's all about the projects that can deliver and the ones that you think are going to be there, right? So hashtag not remove. I'm not a financial advisor. This is completely my own opinion. But this is the time where you find those projects that make a lot of sense to you, that actually bring a lot of value to you and you think can last and make it through this. Because if they can weather this storm, they're going to make it through. And this wintry mix ain't going to hold me down.
How's that wintry mix out there, Joseph?
So the wintry mix is actually a really, really awesome beer, elegantly defined. The brewery here actually only makes these beers out of a 20-gallon reservoir right now because they don't even have their stills up. That's how fresh this brewery is. Right now, they've created kind of like a multiple experience. They are bringing in local Texas craft beers. They're selling those on tap, and they're using that foundation to catapult their business to make them go higher. Amanda and David, the guys that started this, have a really cool concept. They were just super local home brewers, and they wanted to make something more out of it. But I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that, but definitely try this. It's a winter warmer, fantastic beer.
I love me some winter warmer. Woo, woo, woo. All right, anyway, back to the article here. Blockchain's hype is dying. Joey, do you think that's true? Do you think, are people not talking about blockchain as much when they're having their calls? I mean, is that really a thing that the big companies should be not talking about, I guess, is what.
Where did you find this article, Charlie? BuzzFeed? Title screams BuzzFeed. Come on. Are they not talking about it? Probably. I mean, it has been doing pretty crappy lately. But should they be talking about it? Probably still a little early. I know hype or talking about it may be down, but it doesn't mean the tech's down. It just means all the minions are working hard on trying to get stuff started. So playing off of what Joe said, now's the time to find those small projects that'll make it big in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as Joe said as well, we were at World Crypto Con and there was no shortage of enthusiasm and anything. So, I mean, if these S&P 500 companies aren't talking about it, I mean, to me, it's just their loss. They should be on top of it. They should be, they're probably not talking about it because they're probably already researching it. They don't need to talk about it now. They already have teams that are researching it. So, of course, they're down. And, I mean, bear market, who wants to talk about crypto? I mean, besides people like us, who wants to talk about crypto? They don't want to. Nobody wants to talk about how much they're down. So, I mean, it is what it is. But this is not a reason to fret. Don't you worry. We are fine. All right. Moving on. Next article here. We have good news in this dreadful market. This one comes from Trust Nodes. Switzerland green lights world's first crypto ETP to be listed next week. Jojo, we got a first mover here. I know you talked a lot about some ETPs back in the day on our previous shows. What do you think? Will this gain ground? Will others follow?
All right, so speaking of gaining ground, I just want to tell you guys about the Farmhouse Saison. And it's really fantastic. Super, super good, like hints of bitter, but just a wonderful finish. And it's got kind of like a hint of like creaminess to it almost. It's really good. But anyways, so talking about the ETPs, I know we talked about this in the past, and the Winklevi twins were the ones that were hedging their bet against us, right? They're the ones that really pushed out to create and go out there and try to make an ETP possible. And they actually collected up a lot of patents on the ETPs. So I'm actually curious, one, to see if Switzerland used one of Winklevi's patents. That would be actually pretty cool to note. But the other thing about it is I think this is going to be a huge step. Yes, there's volatility in the market, but with volatility, you have the potential to make great strides or great losses, right? Just take that as you will. But with this, they're actually mixing up a basket of goods, like an electronically traded fund, or kind of like an IRA or a 401k. They're taking a lot of different cryptocurrencies and putting them together. So right now, that entire basket of goods, even though it's like segmented off in percentages of different cryptos, all of it would be down right now because the market's down. But theoretically, say you have Ethereum or Bitcoin, some of these more like stable gainers that just continue to rise. And if the market starts to consider that and starts to move back to a more stable nature, those are going to maintain. But say you want to do like the ETP and like gain market share, you can actually put more into probably more of a volatile mix. And I don't know exactly if that's what's going on with this ETP, but you're going to have some movement, and it's just another potential revenue stream other than the current investments that you already have. So Switzerland, really awesome. They don't have a lot of regulation when it comes to their banking institutions. Very notable for that. And I think this is an awesome first step. Switzerland, you're bringing it back to the game. I'm glad to see you playing. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you were talking about, as far as the components by weight, right now the graphic shows the fund distribution. This may or may not change, I'm not sure, but they show Bitcoin at 48% weight, XRP at 29% weight, Ethereum at 16% weight. Pretty interesting there that they have XRP above Ethereum. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that have differences on that. Bitcoin Cash, another notable, Bitcoin Cash ABC, not Bitcoin Cash SV, which again, that goes back to the hash wars thing, at 3.74%, and then Litecoin at 2.74%, rounding out at 100% for the weight of what is going to be in the index. So pretty interesting there. Joey, what are your thoughts on the ETP? Is this the catalyst that we need to move the market forward? What are your thoughts?
Really cool article, Charlie. And I've been curious about this since kind of like day one, like when there's going to be something like this to throw my money and crypto into. I would love to be in charge and manage my own money by having someone else be in charge and managing my money.
No, you're not wrong. And I really like the the Bloomberg, the Reuters, their ticker, I guess, is the HODL 5 index, and the HODL 5. That's fun. I like that. I like that little thing there. All right, moving on. Our last article of the day, CoinCheckup has a top cryptocurrencies to HODL for passive income. Now, really quickly, 1, always do your own research, and 2, hashtag NAFAMU. None of what we're about to say is telling you to go buy these things. We are not financial advisors, so don't listen to us. We're just education. We're just a little bit of education on what you could do to weather the storm of the market right now. There's some pretty big names out here. Joey, do any of these names stand out to you? I don't want to necessarily ask if you own them, but how do you feel about the passive income or the master nodes? And yeah, I mean, that's the question right there.
I own all of them, and you should too. Just kidding. NAFAMU.
Oh man, I was not ready for that one.
Really cool idea got going on here, and I actually own a couple of these. The main one being Neo. Really cool project. Check it out if you haven't. But I guess the cool thing about these is the passive part of it, having master nodes, or I don't know. I guess in Neo's case, like earning gas just by holding it in their wallet. So various ways you can kind of make extra money without putting money into it. Really good while the market is down and while you're not wanting to throw extra stuff into it. The thing about the master nodes, sometimes you got to have a good chunk of stuff to get started. But once you get started, things kind of, keep rolling in. I think you can attest to that, Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got, I do definitely own a couple master nodes, and I love just holding and being able to, 1, secure the network, and 2, have money coming in from that for securing the network, being rewarded for securing the network. And before we jump to Joe, I want to just mention Decred sitting there at 5. Everyone watching is probably looking at, annual return up to 30%. Well, there's some caveats to that. So definitely go check out this article. There's actually 2 other coins that are on this list that I'll leave for the article. So definitely go check out the article. But Jojo, how do you feel about passive income and hodling cryptocurrencies?
Well, so I think the major thing is that's it. Right now, this is when in the regular markets, if you're really worried about your currency and you're really doing day trading aspects, you put it to a stable aspect. And that's kind of what masternodes are. They're a stable bet because if you see that technology continuing to move on, you're going to make residual income off of it no matter what. And you can still build up a future with it. So when the market does come back, you're going to be right there in it, right? You know, I'm not afraid to say that I own a couple of these. KuCoin being one of them, you know. I really do like what that exchange has going. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what it has more in its future. But the major things are the project. And if you research that project and you find out about the people that are actually involved in it, you know, go through their LinkedIn pages. This is kind of like, you know, when people were initially like buying in and really doing ICO research. Heck, do that now for the companies that are already fixed in the market. Doesn't mean they're still going to be working. You know, so hashtag not the move. Do your own research, but right now is the time to find those projects that you think are awesome, that you think are going to last. Go ahead and buy in because they're on sale.
Black Friday come early, am I right? So yeah, absolutely. Again, this cannot be iterated enough. Hashtag NAFAMU. We are not telling you what to buy. We do our own research. We just try to educate you and let you know a little bit more about what's going on. But I mean, we're not telling you to put your money anywhere. So, but anyway, there are plenty of good projects out there where you could be continually making money and passive income. So definitely check out the article and you'll find out more about that. But we're going to go ahead and jump back over to JoJo because it ain't the beer of the week this week. It is the brewery of the week. And he's got a smile on his face on the slide with his 4 fantastic beers that new. You know what? I'm actually surprised that New Main has 4 beers out because of what you said of how new they are. But why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about those beers and that whole experience that you got going out there, JoJo?
All right, so us on the show, we are super stoked about local craft brews, and this kind of like ties into the crypto space, right? It's finding a project that you believe in. You know, I found out that New Main Brewing was actually opened here in Antigo. I thought it would be a really cool chance to come check it out. Now, when you pull into the brewery, it doesn't look that amazing. But once you get inside, man, it is so much fun. So don't judge the book by the cover, you know? What do you got, Charlie?
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, just looking behind you, you could certainly see the awesomeness going on and just the music in the background. Just random Tuesday night having some fantastic live music. I mean, that sets the mood, and I mean, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, speaking of Tuesday nights, yeah, they've got local jazz band that's playing right now. You guys can clearly hear that in the background. Super awesome that they're playing. I think they're actually affiliated with the local college, UTA, University of Texas at Arlington. Excuse me. And other cool things that are happening right now for this Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. You know, I could go down, grab me some tacos. Apparently the sauce is amazing. So come down, check out this brewery. It's a really awesome place. They've got 4 beers of their own. They're brewing out of a 20-gallon, you know, basically a bucket right now, creating that beer mash and really setting themselves up for the future. They're piggybacking, not necessarily piggybacking, but they're using local beers to help provide the future for themselves, which I think is really awesome because it's local supporting local. And I think all of the local beers that are out there that they're put on tap right now, that they're making money for, are going to be really happy for that. And the really cool thing for them is I bet Amanda and David are really talking to those guys that they're getting beer from. And they're probably gaining a lot of experience, a lot of background knowledge. And they're creating this awesome place that you see before you. It's huge in here, guys. I definitely recommend you come check it out. But as for the beers, the 4 beers are amazing. We've already talked about 2 of them.
I really
I've got
want to
2
know
left.
about the peppermint stout because I'm a
That's-
big peppermint guy.
That is
and
exactly.
I need to know about that. You tell me what that is all about, JoJo.
All right, so this peppermint stout is really awesome. It is a super deep dark stout, but it doesn't have the heavy mouthfeel that you get with a traditional stout. It's more kind of like, it's not like a black lager, but I would say it's like maybe 2 steps above that, right? So you don't have that super heavy mouthfeel like a Guinness stout does, but it's fantastic. You get all the really great characteristics of the really deep maltiness and the stout flavor that you traditionally get, and the peppermint actually comes in at the end. It's the finisher. So you taste it, it tastes like a stout, and then it finishes like peppermint in your mouth. And it's very, very light. So it's not overpowering, it's not something stupid. It's actually really well done.
Awesome. And how about that last one there? You got victory or death?
Well, it's kind of much like the market right now. So I would hate, I really hate that it's a red IPA because the red is actually in the market right now. But victory or death, really fantastic brew too. I love IPAs and I really love red beers too. Like not saying that these are the best beers in the world, but like one of my first introductions to red beers was Killian's Irish Red. And I thought that was a fantastic brew. I have since come to learn about more fantastic brews, but this red really does its justice. So it really tastes like a red. It's got that malt aspect to it, but you got a lot of bitter to balance it out. And that's where the IPA is coming from. So really good beer. I suggest you guys come out. They have flights. They're $4 a beer because they're starting out. It's awesome. Come check them out. And we got Nathan back there. Nathan's a beer connoisseur, and he hooked it up. He gave me some awesome knowledge about the brewery. And just come out and say hi to him.
Again, I am super jealous, and I will be making my way out there. It sounds like a really cool place that you got going there, and I am super interested. And once they get everything set up, to maybe have a brewery tour and really get to know those owners and those founders. So definitely, if you guys are anywhere near Pantego, Texas, check out New Main Brewing Co. They got some good ones. All right, moving on to our question of the week. We have question of last week, actually. Will we see a $5,000 Bitcoin again? Well, I mean, hindsight is 2020. Because I was saying not yet. Or not yet. But obviously, if you've been following the market at all, we are sitting well below 5,000, and Roan and JoJo get the virtual brews. Joe, wait, actually, I'm not going to ask you that yet because that's actually our question of the week. But congratulations.
Well, I will go ahead and tell you. You said hindsight 2020. I hope that's not going to be the price of Bitcoin next week.
Oh, man. You made me chuckle there, Joseph. You made me chuckle there. All right, moving on to our question of this week. Is this the end? Are we all going to go down? Is crypto dead? Is blockchain dead? OMG. Is this the end? Do I need to sell everything and cash out and just say, I'm out. I don't want anything to do with crypto anymore. Joey, what are your thoughts?
My answer is no, Charlie. If you're familiar with fantasy football or any fantasy sport for that matter, one of the bigger things you try to look for are the sleeper players, right? Players that look crappy, the newer ones that aren't performing well, but will like bring you the big points like a few games in or something. I feel like that's where we're at right now. We're in like the sleeper mode for the whole like crypto market as a whole. So Just wait, it is not over.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Jojo, what do you think?
All right, so blockchain. Let's go ahead and throw a hashtag out there, even though I am heard and seen. Hashtag blockchain here to stay. Hashtag Justin Timberlake. But anyways, so the major thing with this is that the technology is going to survive. And I believe crypto is going to survive because the technology is going to be around. Because crypto is needed in most cases as a utility to run the space. Hashtag not the move, but with these major enterprise companies like Accenture creating blockchain communication channels, IBM, Walmart going on logistics as far as blockchain is concerned, a lot of other logistic companies going to blockchain. We've got financial institutions starting to build up. We've got ETPs really hitting the market. We've got futures out there, I really like Joey's analogy of the sleeper agent, right? But I think this is like a sleeper agent that's going to blow it up, I think this thing is going to get huge. It's just going to be so big before you know it, and that's what she said.
Fair enough. And again, I'm going to go ahead and obviously say, no, this is not the end as well. I mean, you're absolutely right. There is nothing to worry about. We have been to the show. We've been to the con. We've done our research. There are so many things happening in the space. There are so many people working in the space that have full-time jobs in crypto that you don't see. All you see is the headlines. All you see is the CNBCs and the whatever. I read on one of the articles that we were looking at that when a news source says that Bitcoin's going down, that crypto's dead, that gets more clicks. It's clickbait. That is why that's all you see out there, because they want the clicks. They don't give an F about the space or the technology or whatever. So don't fall for that. Again, do your own research. We're not going anywhere. We are not phased at all by what's happening. I mean, it is what it is. Again, there are plenty of good projects out there. Everything's happening in the background. All you gotta do is step out of your box and do a little bit of research, and you will realize what good things are happening in the crypto space. And we will continue to bring those to you on a weekly basis. So keep it here on the Crypto Brew Show. We will definitely have all the good news and some bad, I guess, every once in a while. But that is it for the show today. Joey, you got any last minute comments on what's going on? You know what? I'm actually glad you're back on the show. I'm gonna get people to actually comment on this video and petition to get you on the show.
I agree.
We're gonna have a GoFundMe via vote, not via monetary anything, just via vote. So anyway, any last minute comments on the show?
Yes, sir. Here is to Dior, NAFAMU, no FOMO, and to being active.
Fair enough. Joe, any last minute comments about you on location?
Yeah, the only thing else I've got left is New Main Brewing, super awesome. And then, just keep hodling, guys, because that's what we got going on. The market's going to come back. If you got any money laying around, hashtag nothing.
Fair enough. Alrighty, guys. Well, you know the deal. I know you all are freaking out, but you don't need to freak out. Everything is fine. No capitulation, nothing. Alright? Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. Crypto's not going anywhere. Blockchain's not going anywhere. Hashtag NAFAMU. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below for more show. We will see you